Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. I am Bob, the owner of Southwest Michigan Sales, LLC. I'm glad to have you here. This is going to be a little bit of a different video than what I have been filming. I just felt it was important to show you guys. Recently, about 3 weeks or so ago now, maybe a month ago, I actually went up to Kalamazoo, Michigan to pick up some bubble wrap. Someone had some bubble wrap advertised, and it was less expensive than what I've been paying for bubble wrap. So I just want to tell you guys, always keep your eye out for deals and for bargains, especially for like packing material, things like that. I originally went up there from the gentleman and bought a bunch of packing peanuts that he had, and that definitely helped me. I told him I was going to come up at a certain time, and I wasn't able to make that. Someone on my business, and I'll discuss that possibly in a later video, but something happened. But anyway, I had to reschedule it, and it was about a week and a half or so later. I did go up and get the bubble wrap from him, and I just wanted to show you the difference. The one bubble wrap I generally get over on the eastern side of the state, and I travel over and get it from this particular person. And I buy my small bubble wrap over there and my packing tape, things like that. But this is the big bubble, and I'm going to definitely be using a lot of the big bubble. I'm not going to be buying that from her probably for a year or longer, maybe 2 years even. I've got a ton of bubble wrap. One of the rolls actually went flying out of the rear end of my pickup truck. I wanted to go up and take my trailer. It was so slick to home where I live. There's hills where I live. I have a two-wheel drive rear end pickup truck, and I just couldn't get it to connect to my trailer, so I had to take my pickup truck. That was not an option. But I just wanted to show you guys the difference on this. I actually have my trailer down now, so let's go ahead and show you what I'm talking about here, the difference in the size, and I'll tell you how much I paid for everything. Okay, this roll here, you folks can see, this is the roll that I would normally buy. I get over on the eastern side of the state, like I said. I don't know why, but it seems like to me, I feel like the quality of the bubble wrap is not the best. But anyway, I'm going to show you here real quick just how thick this bubble wrap is for like the width. You can see there it's about 12 inches, which is about a foot. I'm going to go ahead and just sit this off right here now on my trailer, off of my trailer door. Now this is the bubble wrap that I got from the gentleman. It was actually up in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where I got the bubble wrap at. And I felt it was a great deal. Shows it right here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna measure the width of this. Give you folks an idea. You can see there, if you go starting from there, you can see it's about double. It's about 24 inches, so it's about double. And also too, I got both of these rolls right here. So that would be double the amount of bubble wrap that is. And that roll right there generally cost me $25 a roll. And I got both of these rolls for 40 bucks. So for that same amount of bubble wrap there, it would take 2 of these rolls to make 1 of these. So that would be 50 bucks. So this is $100 worth of bubble wrap at a minimum if I would be buying it at my normal place over on the eastern side of the state. So $100, and I paid $40. So that is one heck of a savings. That is less than half of what I have been paying. But I want to show you guys what happened to me, and I'll show you in my garage a little bit later. It is an absolute mess. Just a second, I'm going to show you. I've got some rugs. This is a mess. This is the reality of being a small business owner and an e-commerce business. You have clutter. Honestly, you really do. You have a lot of clutter, and you've always got something going. You start the day out thinking you're going to do one thing, and it doesn't always work out. So anyway, this is the roll that actually went flying out of my pickup truck, and I think this is probably about the same amount of bubble wrap as what these are, but this one here, it shows, like I said, it's in 2 different rolls. But for some reason, I don't know why, this is the same thing here. It's in 2 different rolls. But this particular roll here was not split into 2. It was one entire gigantic roll. And I didn't realize it was one gigantic roll. I thought it was going to be split into 2 at a minimum, or 3. and I honestly didn't look at it, I guess, close enough. It was kind of cold out that day when I picked it up, and I learned a heck of a lesson. But anyway, it was one gigantic roll, and I believe it's also the same, which is 24 inches. I'm going to just do a quick little measurement here of it for you folks. I think it's pretty sure it's 24. Let's see here real quick. We measure it, get a rough little measurement of this. And actually, this actually looks bigger. Wow, this is a lot bigger. Holy moly, I knew this thing felt bigger. Yeah, you can see I'm starting right there, folks, and I am going all the way across the sucker, and I am all the way over to 47 inches. This thing is wide. Yeah, this is, realistically, this is probably, what did I say, 47 inches, I think I said. I just thought. Yeah, it's roughly 24, 36, 40. It's probably about a 4 foot wide piece of, a bubble wrap. So that would make sense. These are both 24, times 2 would be 48. So yeah, I had a mess. Needless to say, I had a mess. I'm going to show you folks something else. This roll actually became untangled and unrolled on me. What I did was, after it fell out of my truck, I quickly realized the way I had it in my truck, it was never going to get back to where I live. I was still at least 20 miles from home. And like I said, I thought this was in 2 different rolls. At the time, what I would have done is I would have took one of these other ones that are the halves and unrolled some of that and put it in my pickup truck. I was so frustrated at the time that I didn't look to see if they were cut in half, or if all of them were the full 4 feet wide, which is the 48 inches. If I would have realized that some of them were cut in half, I would have did it. I would have done it differently, definitely. That's for sure. Let me show you what happened here. I'm going to talk about that now. I'm not going to actually show you the photo of the place that it happened at, but I'm going to give you a general clue on what happened to me, so you guys could possibly avoid this in the future. Just a moment, and we'll get right to that. Okay, folks, you see this large maple tree here and the next one down, and you see how this hill is kind of going downhill. What happened to me was I was up on Shaver Road. If anyone knows Kalamazoo or Portage area, I was on my way home. My business and my home is located in Three Rivers, Michigan. But anyway, I was on the way home, and I was on Shaver Road. I was probably within 3/4 of a mile or so from 131, and I was only going about maybe 30, 35 miles an hour. And that roll of bubble wrap that I just showed you guys, that was 4 feet wide, that thing went tumbling right out of the rear end of my pickup truck. And luckily I didn't have anybody right behind me. Thank God. I think God was looking out for me there. But I didn't even realize that it was out of my pickup truck until I got down to Schoolcraft and got out to check everything, and realized that I was missing one entire big gigantic roll of bubble wrap. And I made a giant U-turn and ran back up there and found it in someone's front yard. The home was on the right hand side. If you're coming from Kalamazoo or Portage and you're going to 131, it was on the right hand side. It was probably about 3/4 of a mile back, like I said, off 131. And it was down in the person's yard, and when I grabbed it, it started unrolling on me. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take this thing apart. I'm not going to have it fly back out of the rear end of my pickup truck. I had them standing up, and I should have never had them standing up. I should have had them, I'm going to turn this around to me now so you can see me here. But I should have never had it standing up. That was my mistake. I totally screwed that up. But I thought I'm going to take and get this cut down and get it inside my pickup truck. I didn't have anyone with me. My mom, thank God, was not with me. And I had one heck of a mess. Ended up getting probably 70% of it into my pickup truck, until finally I was able to get what was left on the roll, which I just showed you folks. It's in my trailer. The rest of it that I got off the roll is actually in my garage. It's a mess. I've got so much bubble wrap in there. But to add to this, the one person that works at my local post office actually told me about a week or so ago that she seen me. She seen me in my pickup truck completely full, and she thought, what in the world? But I couldn't see out. I had so much bubble wrap with me. It was ridiculous. But that bubble wrap, like I said, the one especially like the 48-inch bubble wrap, and mine's 12. that would cost me $100 in bubble wrap, and I got 4 of those. So I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got $400 worth of bubble wrap, and I paid $120 for it. So that's a $280 savings on that bubble wrap. That is an amazing savings. So when you are a small business owner, anything you can do to cut cost, even if you have to store it for a while, go for it. You've got to save that money, because it was a one-time deal, unfortunately. I asked him if he was able to get more, and he told me no. But I don't see myself using this bubble wrap up quickly. It's the big bubble. I've been using it a little more when I would normally not, just because I've got so much of it on some items I've packed. But I would like to find a deal like that on the small bubble. I keep my eye always open, but just be ready to jump on those types of deals. But let's go inside my garage, and I can kind of give you guys an idea on what the mess I've got in there on that and how it looks. Just a second, I'll show you. Okay, folks, I'm actually in my garage now. Just to show you, this is one bag of my packing peanuts. Like I said, I originally bought packing peanuts from the gentleman, and I've already used one entire bag full from him. I've still got this one and 2 more in my trailer. But you can see this is my disaster zone of bubble wrap that is crammed into the corner of my garage. I've just got it stacked up. It's a lot. Needless to say, it's a lot. But this just kind of gives you an idea. It just keeps going and going in here, and you can see I have a suitcase that's sitting there. You can kind of see the handle, but yeah, it's a lot of bubble wrap. So, but I had this actually. One thing I didn't tell you guys: those trees that I showed you outside, when that unraveled on me and was down in that person's yard. Actually, I ended up getting it twisted around a couple of the trees. I ended up getting mud on it. I ended up getting it wet some. This is the bubble wrap that was around the trees and in the snow. I had to bring it home. It took me at least an hour and a half or so with paper towels, cloths, Windex, or not Windex, but Lysol, and different things that I cleaned it down. It looks great. There was a couple pieces that were not. I actually threw them in the trash, but I got a good enough of a deal that I could do that. But yeah, learn from my lesson and learn from my mistakes. First of all, don't set the bubble wrap up. Make sure it's laying down. If I would have just bought 3 of the rolls from him, I would have been perfectly fine. But because I had them sitting up and I had straps over it, I actually stopped at a place up in Schoolcraft called B&G Discount and bought straps. Even the gentleman I bought it from, he said, yeah, you're good. And I thought I was good. But that particular day, it was actually extremely windy, and I was not good. I had a mess. I kind of wish at the time I was so frustrated at the time. I wish I would have taken and grabbed my cell phone out. I did not have my GoPro I'm recording on now. I wish to God I would have actually taken and grabbed my cell phone out to grab some of the footage. I think you guys would have probably gotten a kick out of it. I know my postal carrier, when she seen me, she said that she was quite shocked on how much bubble wrap I actually had in the back end of my pickup truck. And it was probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon that day. There was a ton of traffic going up and down the road. I'm sure all the people on that road were thinking, what the heck's he out there doing? But anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to conclude this video. Just learn from my lessons, learn from my mistakes. And until the next one, we'll see you later. And if you could please like, share, and subscribe to the video, I would greatly appreciate it. And I do plan on doing additional type of content, especially once it starts warming up. I am in Michigan, so the snow is limiting me, and where I reside, it is hilly, and it makes it even more difficult. But I greatly appreciate everyone that's subscribed so far, and we'll see you on the next one. And remember, don't keep hustling. Don't forget to keep hustling and keep moving forward. I can't speak, sorry. And always look for that deal when you can to save yourself and your business some money. Thanks again. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.